Everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Ogre Battle March of the Black Queen. Welcome to Deneb's Garden. Excuse me. This is absolutely where we do not need to be. We should be going to, what, stage 4? This is stage 7. Alright, 4, 5, no, this would be 6, excuse me. This is an interesting one. We have some choices to make here that are going to impact not only our reputation, but the remainder of the game. And we'll just see how it goes. I'm currently not going to be sending out Gilbert or Canopus a lot. They are a couple of our more expensive units, and we do want to keep an eye on our money. So, excuse me. Just be kind of sending out everybody else. Now, anybody who didn't see a lot of action in the last stage is going to see a little more in this one. If you look down there in the bottom right at our neutral encounters, we have dragons at level 5 in the Dark Mountains, which are those around the boss. We have fairies, level 8 in the forest, and we have pumpkins, level 1 pumpkin in the mountain. We will talk more about pumpkins when we encounter one. Spoiler alert, there will be pumpkins.
Thank you.
Priestess is a cure item for the whole party. We know who Deneb is now. Or we know that Deneb's in the castle, so there's Deneb. Deneb has become kind of a staple in the Ogre Battle games. You can recruit Deneb in Knight of Lotus, kind of, sort of. If you would like to see more of that, there is a Let's Play of Knight of Lotus available as well. Okay. Every time we draw a tarot card, it's going to affect every group.
Liberation.
Not a whole lot to talk about going through here. Ooh, that's nice. That's everybody's charisma up to. What the Emperor does is gives every unit, every character in the unit, an extra turn. So a knight in front, instead of taking 2, will take 3.
Liberation. Thank you.
Things are going pretty good so far. That's everybody's strength up to. Chariot does physical damage. We will not keep Chariot though. Strange monsters in the mountains. Pumpkins instead of heads. That just sounds silly. Surely it has nothing to do with Deneb stopping her experiments on humans and destroying crops.
Liberation. Thank you.
More strength for everybody. Fantastic.
Point it out.
Alright, 3 Wildmen. And that is an upgraded griffin in the back room. Back row. That griffin is now a cockatrice and knows petrify, which, there you go, does damage and incapacitates one character for the battle. Temperance will fix that, but you'll also only get one attack, one turn, I guess. So, And they always prioritize healers. I don't like it. And I don't like that it does damage. They are an incredibly annoying unit, and I hate them. Probably my least favorite unit in the game. Because they're hard to deal with.
Write it out.
And Lori lost. And nothing. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea to take a wizard, but it's not what I want. At level 4, your fighters can become wizards and your Amazons can become clerics. At level 5, it really opens up branching paths of what you can and can't be depending on your alignment and charisma. Why did I leave this one in? Wow. I think I know why I left this one in. Well, maybe not. Well, maybe. That's what I thought. We somehow managed to do equal damage. So that's a draw. Doesn't happen very often. There we go. We got our level 5. Give me a couple of Valkyries. Give me... Oh, well, can't do a knight. You can do a knight. What should we do with you? We'll do a doll mage. Swap around. Just like that. Perfect. Now that unit has become amazingly useful. In fact, I think we'll see how useful relatively soon.
Write it out.
But first... a wizard and a dragon. Nothing amazingly complicated about a wizard and a dragon. It does make the wizard hard to kill because you can't reach him, because the dragon's kind of a tanky. Kind of hits pretty hard too. If we can kill the dragon, that's great. We ain't gonna kill the dragon. So, just like we have tactics like attack the strongest character, attack the weakest, whatever, I think those same tactics might apply to enemy units, because that wizard cast Fireball at the strongest character we had, and that dragon tried to bite the strongest character we had, so... I don't know. We got a victory.
Write it out.
What do we have here? This is an awful unit. The knight in the back can only attack once. The 2 Amazons in the front can only attack once each. And the Amazon in the back row can attack twice. So, boom. We just did more damage than they're going to do the whole round, pretty much. That Amazon's done. The knight is done. And as soon as that other Amazon in the front row attacks, boom, they're done. So they have one more attack at this point. And there it is. Now they're still doing decent damage to us because they are a higher level than we are. But we're not really... I mean, they're done. This is a good unit. I like this unit. Would have liked 2 knights instead of Knight and Dollmage and have the Valkyries in the back row, but this works. This works.
Fight it out.
Basically, the way this map goes, we could use that or we could sell it. The road down there near the boss, there's a city there. There's a hidden town. And we want to get there. And when we get there, we're going to do our best to hold that city. And it ends up just being a lot of sit and wait, you know. That full moon. So, this fighter has trended evil. We'll make him a ninja. That's the problem with Land's unit. Land's is really strong. And even though we've hardly used him lately, he kind of never falls behind. Speaking of Lands, and we mentioned Knight of Lotus previously, one of the endings in Knight of Lotus tells the story about how I forget his name. I shouldn't have forgotten his name, but I forgot his name. The main character in that, Alphonse. There we go. He kind of gets recruited by the Zenobian army, and they change his name to Lands. So we got clerics in the front row, always a bad decision. They can't heal. They get 2 attacks, which are not bad attacks. And we have 2 fairies in the back row. Fairies in the back row get the Kiss ability. And I actually have a story about that ability. I could not find out at all what it did. No idea. So I actually sent a letter to Nintendo Power asking what it did. And I got a letter back. Said, from what they can tell, it looks like it just is a small stat boost. Maybe a little agility. Maybe a little strength. This unit is annoying because the leader is in front. So as soon as we kill that Valkyrie, it's going to hightail it back to the castle to get the leader revived. And with 3 ninjas in the back row, that's 6 spells. So you want to get rid of the ninjas because the ninjas are going to do the damage, but you can't get to the ninjas because there's a Valkyrie in the front row. And I think this unit might also be set to strong. Because none of those ninjas did the same spell to the same people. He had the most hit points. He had the most hit points. If it's going to be the cleric for the next one, then I believe I will be right. Boom, there you go. Now, we didn't do much damage to the ninjas with the Doll Mage because, like I said, we're underleveled. And ninjas have a pretty high intelligence stat. And since the Doll Mage is casting magic, you know, they just outrank us as spellcasters right now. It's okay, I don't mind losing. It lets us sneak around the enemies. I think that might be all of the units for this map. I think. So we beat the Valkyrie, like I said. So the ninjas are left, but they're gonna try and hightail it back to the castle.
Find out.
There's the buried treasure. It's a Bayak. That's nice. We're gonna send him up here. We're going to avoid the castle as best we can. Please run into the ninjas. Thank you. Let's see if we can kill some ninjas. I think we did. Skipped a couple of things because it was just fighting. Oh, here's a new unit. beastmen, and a couple of hellhounds. Warren joined the army with hellhounds. In front, they do 3 headbutts. In the back row, they do that twice. Hellhounds are very tanky. They got a lot of health. They can do a lot of damage. The problem with hellhounds is their best movement is on mountains. And I've never been like, oh, if only I had somebody who can move really fast on mountains. Because if I had that, I would just make a high sky unit. Use a griffin or something. So, fire hurts. That's a strong ninja. Physically a strong ninja. That's not usually something you see. You can kind of trend a unit. Like, knights will end up being very strong later on. So we could intelligence and ice. That would be something good to give to a cleric who is weak to ice. This will make their healing better and make them more resistant to ice. Skipping ahead into the future, we have found it. Now all we have to do is hold it, and that ain't easy. You see our Valkyrie unit up there by Canopus? That is the other city that the enemy will like to attack us at, because that is the shop. Yeah, I'll pull a card. Oh boy, it's the sun card. Guess what we're not keeping? The sun card. Well, I guess we know now. Anyway. And keep your costs down. It's easy to make money.
Find out.
Earth armor. Pretty good stuff. We actually got into a fight, even. Mail of Earth, physical and white. That would be good for just about anybody in the front row. Hey, look at this guy. He's level 3. Had a broken sword. Why even? You know. It's only 3 strength, but 3's better than nothing. We're keeping him around the mountains for reasons. We have cleared out the map, so let's go and introduce ourselves to Deneb. We didn't quite clear it out. There's one left over there in the western end. Hi. Thanks. Where's your pumpkin?
Fight it out.
That is Deneb, and Deneb comes with pumpkins. Deneb is in the front row, which means we can't get stunned. It also means that Deneb is the only character in this unit who can actually kill somebody. You'll see why. That's what pumpkins do. They do it once from any position. And what pumpkin does if it hits you is it cuts your life in half. Really, in a game where winning and losing is determined by physical damage dealt, pumpkins are really broken. I mean, that Doll Mage took over 100 damage from 3 attacks. And Deneb, by the way, being a witch, witches have really high agility, so Deneb is kind of hard to hit. So this is one battle that'll either go really well and you'll win it right off the bat, or we'll be back at it a couple times. Which is fine. I don't mind doing it more than once. Just keep at it.
Fight it out.
So, since the pumpkins can only take your health down to half, the weaker you are, the less effective the pumpkins are. It also means a pumpkin's got to get you all the way down to 1 health, and then another pumpkin would have to hit you to kill you. So this is why it's really hard for anybody to die in this fight, because the pumpkin would have to pick somebody excuse me, that Deneb can reach, and then hit them enough, and then Deneb has to hit them, which she didn't do. Now, here's a dilemma. If we forgive Deneb, we can get some stuff later, but our reputation suffers. But the other thing is, if we don't forgive Deneb, our reputation gets a boost, and we can get the stuff anyway. But it's a little harder. It takes more time. It's not hard. It's just more time consuming. And yeah, Deneb this is not the last we'll see of Deneb. It's not the first we've seen of Deneb, if you're doing these in order, since she would have been in Night of Lotus. Now, we still have about 3 minutes left of this video. What the heck are we doing? First, we're gonna... because, like I said, we come into this battle really underleveled. We take a couple units, we beef them up a bit. Can't do anything with anybody there, though. Anybody off screen? No? Okay. Well, you remember how they were saying that there's people in the mountains that look like dudes with pumpkin heads? Wouldn't it be nice to have a dude with a pumpkin for a head on our party, now that we know what dudes with pumpkins on their heads can do? Maybe a fairy while we're at it? I wouldn't mind having a fairy. So, we're going to spend a little money. And we are going to try and recruit some peoples. I'm sending him down there because that is the path that he will take. That is the longest path over the light-colored mountains. Nothing really super interesting in any of the towns. So we'll just pop around until we find what we're looking for. This can take a while. There are better ways to get fairies.
Fight it out.
Don't really care about the dragon, but sure. Be my friend, Mr. Dragon. So when I play this game, I play it basically at double speed, triple speed sometimes. It records it normal time, so that's why there's these big waits. I got tired of waiting, so I game genied me a chime, which calls well, there you go. Calls a neutral encounter. Why he was in the forest and not in the mountains, I don't know. I still want the fairy. I don't do this very often. I'm just doing it for completion's sake on this map. Because while this episode is only 25 minutes, it probably took me over 2 hours to record it. Well, 2 hours after it was recorded. These are long, man. So we got a fairy, we got a pumpkin. Next time, maybe we'll see him in action. Thanks for watching, folks.